Welcome. My name is Donna McCarthy. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm running Psi Run with the Gauntlet. We've already had one session of this game by McGay Baker, and we're about to start the second. So let's hear from our players and our characters and get a previously on, because this is the second week of the TV show. Aika, why don't you start?
Yeah, I was afraid that you wanted me to start because I'm still trying to figure out what we did last time, but okay, I think I can manage. So I'm Ike using he, him pronouns, and my character's name is Bill, as far as he can remember, being in his mid-late 30s. And his questions were, what do the numbers H312B mean to him? Why is he afraid of cats? What is Spencer Corp and why are they after him? And finally, whether he can shrink to an atomar level, whatever that means. And so far, I only answered the first one. The numbers H312B refer to a seat in a football, football stadium where I used to go with someone who apparently looked exactly like me. So maybe my twin brother or something. It's very odd because I can't really remember having one. Last time we started encountering the chasers, which was the first time that I used my C powers, modifying my body size. I grew like really big and started throwing stuff at them. And exactly the Hamsworth guys. And then we escaped to a doctor's office. People healed me. Doctor, apparently sinister person. We escaped and got to the stadium. But that's as far as I remember, and I'm pretty sure the others will help me finishing the puzzle here.
Great stuff. The alphabet is not very kind to you. You're always going first in my mind. Okay, Leandro, let's hear from you.
Hi, yeah, my name is Leandro. I use the he, him pronouns, and tonight I'm playing a psychic named December. She is in her late 20s, quite small, wears a too large peacoat and scarf, a quiet person, and she can project herself out of her body, so like astral projection and whatnot. Two of her now 4 questions got answered, but more on that later. It's basically what she mostly did in the last session was scouting ahead to get the lay of the land, so that me and my friends can get through whatever dragnet the chaser throw at us fairly efficiently. I possessed that doctor to help heal up Bill, and was basically just there to support people, just make sure got his ice cream, and Jack went off and did his thing really fine. So the questions I had were, what controls my body while I'm gone from it? We answered that, I think, in the very first scene of last session. Someone else in there who clearly didn't know where they were and didn't expect to be there, was someone asking, where am I? So the answer I put down was the real question mark December, at least someone trapped in this body. The other question I got answered was, what happened to my family in December? And basically what happened was they got surrounded. I was doing my scouting thing on the astral form. They got surrounded and captured by our Hemsworths, or some sinister company. And I abandoned them and fled and took over this girl's body and life. And I just realized that now because we start amnesiac, and then those questions get answered. And needless to say, she's in a bit of a state. I think last time we saw her was crying and wanting to be left alone. Yay.
Excellent. I mean, terrible. And Pavel.
Hello, I'm Pavel. I use he, him pronoun, and today I'm portraying Jack. Jack is a a Latino man looks about to be in his 30s. He has like a mohawk, black cloak, pink round glasses, very Morpheus style, except for the mohawk. He can control things with his mind, like throw things, telekinesis, this kind of superpower. And is there anything else that you guys forgot to mention that happened last time? I don't think so. So I can get to my questions. Obviously, we ended up on this football stadium where I think the match will be like soonish. I think we said it was kind of like an international match because some ambassador was there and my locker is there. Yes, my locker. So I have 2 questions answered. One of them is, why do I have harmonica with me? And obviously, the harmonica is playing the 10 special tunes on it is the only way to open the mysterious locker here on the stadium, which is my second question. What is hidden inside this locker 205/205? But we still don't know what is hidden there, but we know how to open it. And then the question about my power, who taught me my power, and we answered that this is the owner of the soccer club, whose name is Abraham. He invited me to play this supernatural soccer, which apparently means that there are some more people of supernatural power that are not, or all of them are controlled by this organization. Some of them, who knows? And the question I still have to answer is, why do I know when people lie to me? So far, it didn't come up, but who knows? Maybe soon. So yeah, that's Jack.
Okay, great. So I guess we left things in the middle of December's kind of emotional realization of exactly what has gone on. Meanwhile, Bill is in someone's pocket, shrunk down to a miniature size, and I believe those psychic powers are going to cause some disruption imminently. I think that was the result that we didn't resolve last week, causing some kind of collateral damage. So yeah, I think I think what we see is immediately after that scene is Bill start to expand from inside the pocket, and then burst out of the cloth, and then start to grow bigger and bigger, almost uncontrollably, until you're getting to that giant size that you were at when you destroyed the petrol station earlier. And of course, he had gotten up to this level of the football stadium very surreptitiously, avoiding any kind of contact with your favorite secret agents, the Hemsworths. So yeah, I think you're, I won't say alone or unnoticeable up on the height of the stands, but certainly no one is in the immediate vicinity. One thing you can notice, maybe it's slightly obscured by the size of the stadium and all of the floodlights, is you can see some dark gray choppers circling. So Aika, what does Bill do?
So the choppers, can I see enough of them to recognize them? Are they similar or the same as?
Oh yeah, I think they're the same color. I think we've pitched them as being dark charcoal gray, kind of exactly matching the suits of the Hemsworths, and then maybe there's also this canary yellow line going down the tail. So again, matching your favorite colors.
Yeah, so last time we split up, right? Jack went to the locker room, is that correctly?
Yeah, he had gone down to the locker room, and there'd been a a detour as he followed some guy with a T-shirt with a very suspiciously meaningful number on it. And they get tussled in the storeroom, and Jack had just gotten shot. So I'm not sure if you hear that. I'm thinking not. The stadium was really big.
But probably if I see the helicopters in the sky, my first thought is, okay, we need to find Jack as quickly as possible to get out of here. They found us. So I'm starting to look around. Do I see anything, any sign where it could be, any trace that could follow?
Of me?
Mm-hmm.
I think we described that I went into the, oh my god, the place where people sit and watch the game. Not the arena, the public. I'm looking for the word.
Yeah, I thought it was a storeroom near the locker rooms, but maybe it was somewhere where all of the TV studios set up, so it's relatively high up.
Yeah, because I remember we ran out, and there was like a bit of a chase through this like public part of the stadium. So I think you could definitely see like the destruction trail and maybe follow it to the storeroom where we had a final confrontation.
Okay, if that's so, then my first thought is, okay, I need to get Jack before I get some ice cream and a rocket launcher. And I start following the traces that you left behind, this path of destruction or whatever it is. I'm actually running.
Okay, so I think here, obviously, there's a certain danger that the chasers might catch up with you, but I think the finding Jack maybe before he his wounds do remain is probably another problem for you. So yeah, let's. I think it's probably time to make a roll. So I don't think harm is an issue here. I don't see anything immediately at risk in terms of harm. Psi powers, I'm not sure. Are you using your Psi powers at all?
I mean, I could use them in order to shrink myself to a size that enables me to hide quickly and to be overlooked easily. Like, I don't know, like a mouse, the size of a mouse or something, so that I'm still fast enough, but
Yeah,
might be overlooked.
Yeah. And is December following you, or would that kind of ruin the effect of that?
It's a good question. Last time I saw her, she was sitting there crying. I remember specifically that I told her that I liked her and we should get some ice cream soon when all this is over. But what happened then, December?
She's wallowing in self-pity right now. I don't think she even noticed that you had gone up in size a bit.
Oh, poor December.
If I can intercept, I think maybe we should set like a goal about that we can meet and then go somewhere else together rather than just setting the goal if you can find me. I don't know. What do you think about the fiction-wise?
If I look at the route map, I mean, I can change the notes that I put in, but you have split up and the chasers are in between you. So I think finding each other is more than a casual task.
All right.
What do the rest of you guys think?
I mean, okay, so this apparently seems to be the first step. I need to find Jack, and as soon as I found him, we need to get December on board and leave the stadium as quickly as possible. So that would be another, roll of dice, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree. It won't be simple.
Mhm.
It wouldn't be simple just to get everyone together.
Okay.
All right, so that's goal, reveal, chase, Psi. So that's 4 dice. Is that correctly?
Yeah, and you're always rolling a fifth one that doesn't have to go anywhere. So you're always rolling one.
But you are harmed, so you're all rolling one less, unfortunately.
Yeah. So you're
yes,
was that
thank
till
you.
you were harmed till the end of for the whole game, right? Because you assigned a 2 to that last time.
Mhm.
Whereas
I'm also harmed till the end of the game.
you were harmed. Okay.
Because I also assigned 2 over there, if I remember correctly.
So when you're singly impaired, you just lose a die. When you're doubly impaired, you still roll it, but you assign the highest result to your hurt.
Okay.
So you're rolling 4 dice and you're assigning them all.
All right, 4. 1, 2, 3, submit. Okay, that's not really good outcome. So 1, 3, 3, 5. Whew, okay. I really want to find Jack, so I think that's where my 5 needs to go on goal. Oh, this is not working in the roll for your party again. So I'm just telling you where I put my number. So 5 is on goal, and Psi power is 3. Reveal is 3 as well. Ah, shit. Then chase.
You may as well assign a 1 to reveal because
yes, you're right.
Result.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, that makes more sense. So 1 on reveal, and then the 3 on chase, which means the chasers move closer.
Okay, so this is, I guess, where things get a little bit interesting. We'll save that, but so Bill is moving on. December is not, and that means the chasers are now in the same location as December and Jack. So that's gotten everything very, very interesting. But on the other hand, you have definitely found you found Jack. So that, I guess, means that you do. Maybe it's not quite in the storerooms anymore, but you do find him in the corridors. So I'm just gonna create a new.
Yeah, Jack is definitely bleeding and walking toward the underground postal delivery service where there are lockers where people can leave stuff, because that's where his locker is probably.
So that's where I find you?
I think that makes sense, like on the way to the lockers.
Yeah. Shall we go through the other numbers before we start playing the scene?
Yeah, sure. So what else do we have on
reveal
that?
1? Well, nothing.
Okay, so yeah, for this, I think it's you have the first say, but nothing is revealed. But I think if it's interesting for you to say something that's meaningful, but that doesn't spark any memories, that might be good.
Well, let's just say I, on my way to Jack, I pass I don't know. I pass a sign that says VIP Spencer Corp room with a showing to left. So this would trigger a memory if I wouldn't be in a hurry. I had time to think about it. But apparently Spencer Corp is everywhere.
Okay. And your Psi, power surge, people may be injured, things broken. So yeah, I think maybe what makes most sense if you're in mouse size. I think maybe it's a little bit unstable, and every so often when you're going through, a doorway, your size, your balloons very surprisingly, and so you bust like every door you go through, every little passageway. You're causing a lot of damage here. I think maybe the Psi surge, knocks out some security cameras or causes some kind of power cut. The floodlights that are lighting up the match, or will light up the match, kind of brown out with that power surge.
Oops. That was unintentional. But hey, I found Jack.
Okay. So yeah, Pavel, why don't you describe what Jack looks like? But I think maybe he is under pressure, right? He is maybe getting chased, close to getting caught, right?
So that's actually, we are having this weird conundrum that you found me, but we are not in the same location, which is weird in the fiction because you found me.
Maybe there's like multiple tiers, right? So you're on the lower level and he can see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or this labyrinthine stadium has a lot of levels that people can walk by, but while you're not in the same location, he can see you. He knows where you are.
Oh yeah, perfect. Now it's totally. I can see this in my mind. It's like the scene at the huge airport. There he is, like 300 meters through the glass or something. Cool. So I suppose like Jack is walking through this corridor, out of the storeroom, through the corridors, and we see as he's walking, like drops of blood come from his sleeves and drop on the ground, and there are probably more and more people coming to the stadium. So he kind of like thinks he's like mingling between them, going into the direction of the lockers. But then we see like this like cool scene, like he walks forward and he sees one Hemsworth, like turns right. He sees the other one. He wants to go back, and then there's the third one, and this one is like just like behind him. There's like a hand forward, or the other hand of the pistol, and the Hemsworth probably says like, "Hold on, it's a public space. Just like, go with us. No need to harm anyone over here." But Jack like really feels like cornered, like a dog in a cage. So he like. He probably like extends his hand, just like grabs like a hot dog stand, and it's like swings it through this guy. The other one just like takes out like a cattle prod or some kind of like paralyzer, and Jax like jumps down like to the level below him, and just like tries to think that to slower his descent. Probably there are some shots fired. And and he's trying to make his way away from the Hemsworths.
Okay, I guess there's a lot at risk there, right?
Yeah. Although maybe if they are cutting edge technology, they don't have like a normal cattle prod. We see like a like a fancy kind of like an almost automatic bow, like a automatic like targetings, and one of the guys has like a VR glasses that he's like tracking him with through the levels as he's running. So yeah, there's all on the line, and I'm already wounded. Oh my god.
Yeah. So harm on the line and using your psi powers. So I guess you would be rolling 6 dice, but you're rolling 5 for harm. Or because you're impaired, rather. And you're in the same location as the chasers, so you will be caught instead of chase at risk.
Oh my god, so much fictional power over here. Well, one thing for sure, I don't want to die over here. That would be pretty bad. Wow, there are so many weird options. Yeah.
Just remember, with caught on the line instead of chase, a 4 or higher is enough to not get anyone caught. So
yeah, man, I wish I had 2 or 3. That would be so much interesting than one and a 4. It's so complicated that over here. Okay, I have an idea in mind. It's going to be very weird, but we will all end up together, guys. It's going to be awesome. Where's my 4? Here's my 4. I need to drop somewhere another 1. That's gonna be pretty bad. I cannot die. Why not? Let's be. I can be super hurt. Why not? No, I can actually drop it into the reveal because that's the same. No, this one here, this one here. I don't know, because my goal, can my goal be to get whatever inside the locker is, or my goal can only be get away, escape from the chasers?
I mean, I think getting to the locker room would be a fair goal, because, you know, depending on what you assign to the capture box is how well you escape from them, right?
Yeah, because it's either I don't get there and we all get captured, or we make a goal, kind of like get what's inside and then we all get captured. But I'm not sure if I can make a goal like get what's inside this locker.
I think you can. It won't mean anything to you, I think, until you trigger the memory. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, maybe it's in a case, maybe you open it later, or maybe it just doesn't jog any memory at this.
Yes, perfect. It's just the thing. So yeah, that's my so that's my image. I like managed to stay, like, it's obviously you have first say, but that's what I'm going. So you're gonna so this is my final dice. Goal 4, reveal 4. So you guys gonna reveal something for me. Psi 1, there is like very bad stuff happening. Harm 5, which means I live to fight another day. And capture 1, everyone gets caught. Hey, we are all together. Sorry guys, like, happens.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, you like dive off this really high ledgeway, this kind of land on this this ramp that they obviously use for deliveries, and this brings you, running at breakneck pace down the ramp and kind of back into the service areas of the stadium. And instead of turning right like you did last time to go into the storeroom, you go left, and this brings you into the locker room. And I think you're so much out of breath when you get there to locker 205 that you can't play the harmonica correctly for the first 20-30 seconds. You're so much out of breath by this pursuit. Here's a question. Why is it 205? Is there like just the number stamped on it twice? Is it something really mundane, or is there some kind of strangeness going on? What do you guys think?
Oh, we've had a week to think about this. I mean, part of me thinks that it's a bit mundane. This is just a stadium, for as much as there's a man who invited him to play Supernatural Soccer. 205. I mean, that tells me that they're the last of something. If they're 205th of a group of 205. I get the feeling that they're the last of like these group of people who are invited to play this under Supernatural Soccer of some sort, but something broke that up recently.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So yeah, you finally get that tune out of your harmonica, and the lock opens for you, and you take it out. Okay. The reveal, I think we'll leave that for Aika and Leandro to come up with. I wonder what question they're going to answer.
I don't know. I think it's time that he figured out why why he knows why that's why they liked it. It seems relevant to the situation right now. Okay, so we've had a week to think about this.
Yeah. So the locker 205, it opens. Do we think that it's like one of those small lockers where we could stuff a backpack in, or a large one?
Yeah, I think it's small. If it's hidden in the stadium.
Personally, in films, I like the scene where you have a large locker, you open it, and then only one tiny little item is in that. To everyone's surprise, I can imagine it's really something very tiny in there.
Can it? Yeah, I do like the idea. Something really small, something that maybe you won't have the time to really parse through because you're going to be captured soon, and therefore we can delay this. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
I mean, this is so much responsibility because we could basically do anything with Pavel's character now.
Yeah.
It could be, I was just thinking for a moment, it could be a picture of you and Bill, of December and Bill, with your next target or something. Then we turn him into a hitman or something.
Maybe. That's a possibility. My other suggestion, we can pick either one. It is a picture, and it's Jack sharing a kiss under like this like gorgeous like cliffside view with a woman that's clearly December, but like that's probably not the December you know.
Interesting.
So we could go either way: hitmen or lost lovers.
Oh.
Well, that's our first say.
Yeah,
You can jump in if he wants.
Yeah, I think this could be like a very interesting turn of events. So he opened this locker, and inside, first he sees this photo, and it's like in a nice like the photo in a photo stand, or how do you call it?
Picture frame?
Yeah,
Frame?
yeah, the photo in a frame with like a nice, like flowery design, and then we see like like this tiny little box, like where you have like the engagement rings, and he like takes it out. He maybe like has just enough time to like open it and just like sees that it's like a modest ring with like a tiny little diamond on it, and then he like closes it, and he like, and the memory will just like come back to him, like when he and December were in this maybe in Paris, like under the Eiffel Tower, and now he knows why he needed to get here.
That's cool. And Leandro, when you were suggesting that it's not the December that we know,
Basically, basically what I mean is like this is, well, the characters probably don't know it yet, but we as players know that this is the woman that December essentially stole her life.
Right. Yeah.
So it's the one that was trapped
Mm-hmm,
in the body.
Okay, great. Yeah, wonderful. Sounds perfect. So you finally opened locker 205, and you find this picture inside of it. Interesting. And at the very wrong moment, because just literally minutes ago, Bill just expressed his feelings towards December. I mean, he wanted to get her some ice cream, which is for him that means a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I think, let's skip the capture point till the end and go to Psi. The power goes wild. People are dead. Things destroyed. Okay. I think for this, we start to see Jack's kind of ability to move things with his mind really go into overdrive. Maybe every single locker in the locker room, apart from 205, gets kind of torn out of as he's fixated on the picture and the engagement ring. Every locker gets torn out and sort of smashes into the concrete wall behind him, and it starts to kind of bring down this section of the stadium, or at least to wreck it beyond repair. And upstairs, everyone hears this. This is not like a single sound. This is like a thumping of heavy metal objects into the wall with immense power.
And probably like this part of the stadium starts to collapse, and the people on the outer are just like falling down. So really bad stuff.
Yeah. There's no way any cover up is hiding this from the 9 o'clock news or whatever. Okay. Yeah. So harm. What did you put in here, Pavel? Was it
it's 4? A 5. It's a 5.
Okay, yeah. So you're fine. Somehow maybe as well, like when things start coming in towards Jack, his telekinesis just pushes them away, right?
Yeah, we see this like fancy homing arrow fire from this guy, like super high-tech bow, just like starting to zoom in on him, and he just like grabs like what can be in the stadium, and he just like grabs a coca machine and just like smash the arrow out from the air, and the guy just like looks at the tracker, just like arrow lost.
Cool. But that one in capture is coming up to bite you all. I guess I leave this to you. Other players have first say. So maybe we see how Jack got captured first, and then we'll go to Bill in December getting rolled.
Yeah, here's what Bill is doing. I mean, we established that he was at an upper level, so he saw Jack escaping. And what he just did is he thought, okay, if he's small enough, no one will see him and he can follow Jack. So he was, jumping down, and in the middle, it wasn't really the smartest action. In the middle of falling, he realized, okay, he will just die when he falls. So he just grows his ears in size so that, he can sort of, how do you call that, glide down. And this, of course, ends up in him being seen by one of the Chris Hemsworth people, who uses his taser gun to just to capture Bill. And we see him lying there, and the last thing we hear him shouting is, "No, Jack, run!"
Okay, what about December?
I think it's not as heroic as any of that. I think it is just once all the tears have kind of been shorn, so to speak, when she just looks up, she's just surrounded. In front of her, around her, behind her, just a cordon of Hemsworths. They're all pointing to these wicked-looking boxy machine guns around her. And like, she doesn't have the energy or the heart to just say anything quickly. She just like sighs. And I guess that's the capture state right now. She's surrounded.
Okay, they seem very cautious of December, right?
Yeah, wonder why.
Okay, and how about Jack?
Yes, so he's standing there, looking at the photo, looking at the box, and behind him we hear something like materialize, and he looks back ready to give a fight, and it's like Mr. Abraham, the man who taught him his power, the owner of the soccer club. It's like an elderly man, like maybe like in his like 50s or maybe like early 60s. Dressed in like a nice uniform, very corporate looking, and he approaches Jack and he says, "I'm glad you finally managed to find it. It was lying here for a very long time." And Jack like is like confused, but trainer, like, why here? What is happening? And with this like shot, we see like this like canary yellow lanyard sticking out from the Abraham pocket, and he just with the like one hand is like showing something, and with the other there he just like inject Jack with some kind of sedative, and then when we see Hemsworth just like come running, he's just like standing there and like waiting for Hemsworth to take Jack in.
Okay, so
I'm not sure. Is it okay for me to just like say so much, like narrate so much of the fiction?
yeah, I know it says other players, but say get their say first. But because you're all captured, I think it's fair to leave you have a go. At least I don't feel it was too much. So I think there's an initial stage where you get captured. I think they bring you all into the VIP room, right? I think they have you maybe trussed, maybe tied up a little bit, maybe with those plastic restraints around your wrists. And there's a whole cohort of Hemsworths, pointing their tasers, machine guns at you. They're waiting for not quite reinforcements. They're waiting for a secure vehicle to arrive to take you out. They don't want to risk bringing you in a chopper or just a normal car. I think they have a bit too much respect for you at that. December, what are you doing?
How many people are around this VIP room?
I guess there's probably, like, in your immediate vicinity, there's probably 3 Hemsworths. It seems like the most Hemsworths you ever see in one place at one time, right?
I think kind of like December's kind of not paying attention. Are any of those Hemsworths armed visibly?
Yeah, I think they are. They probably have pistols, but they are currently pointing their taser weapons at you.
Yeah, so I think December was probably the first led in here because she was captured. Like she's not resisting. But I think when she sees Jack and Bill, that's when she kind of like just starts, right. And she kind of just looks at them and just, I don't know, she doesn't want to look at them, but she kind of realizes that of all the people here who deserve to be captured, they're probably not on that list. So what she's going to do, without consulting with anyone, because that's her MO. She doesn't tell anyone what she does. She is just gonna leap out of her body. She's gonna project into one of the Hemsworths and just very rapidly get him to pull his pistol out and shoot the other 2.
So I guess the goal here is to get ye out to escape.
Yeah.
With a side order of taking out Hemsworths.
Yeah.
I think obviously you're using your psi power, and there is definitely a risk of harm. So yeah, I guess we are 6, yeah, because you're not impaired. But again, because you're captured right now, capture is no longer at risk, and disappear is at risk, which is a scary chart.
Well, if there's any time in the narrative for December to disappear, let's see with the dice first. Oh God, that's horrible. Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
I think, Leandro, you used up all your luck last time when you were.
Yeah, where did my luck go? Holy shit! What?
I mean, 1 6, and then everything else 3 up below. That is.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh.
Well,
okay.
You don't want to disappear, so.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm fine
if you disappear forever,
I want to discuss.
You become a co-GM.
Oh.
Disappear forever is your character is gone forever out of the game. If you were free, you could. A goal could be to rescue another player who was captured, but once you're disappeared forever, that's it.
Yeah. Well, I want to discuss this with everyone. Do you want December to disappear forever?
It's so tough. Now I feel so bad. I put us in the situation.
No, it's fine.
No. I'm happy that we sort of get a chance to experience this kind of rule mechanism here in the game. Now it's perfect. I don't. Bill doesn't want December to disappear forever. He'd be very sad.
That's the thing. You're not Bill.
Oh.
Well, I don't. I can't say that for you. So actually, no. You might be. You might also like ice cream and rocket launchers. I don't know that.
One of them I really, really love. Yes, that's true. I'm not telling you which.
Yeah, exactly. What I thought. Okay.
Right.
Because if December does disappear, I know how to do that, and y'all can keep running.
I mean, the thing is, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, go on. No, go on.
No, I mean, the thing is, what happens? So now you put your 6 on disappearing and you stay with us, and then all the rest will, totally go awry since you didn't, since you still have the 1 and the 2 and the other 2 and so on.
Yeah.
So I think much will come out of it, which is dramatic and tragic enough, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have like 2 hours. We need to fill them with some action.
Oh, true enough. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, once you mentioned, we got 2 more hours. Yeah, I think this can go awry. Sure. Maybe it is. Maybe it'd be too easy to let December disappear right now. That's an easy thing, and it'll be grand. But I think we can come up with something more interesting later for sure. Okay, so I'll put that 6 so that she doesn't disappear. That means shit about to go down. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll just give that 1 to the goal. Doesn't matter. I'll give the 3 to Psi and a 2 to reveal. Oh, come on, dice. And yeah, 3 for harm. What? And that's it, right?
Okay, yeah, that's harsh. All right. So yeah, I think you're sitting down, so it's not like anyone really notices that there's anything strange going on with December. There's no freeze. There's no warning sign for anyone. But in your astral form, you're reaching out to take the closest Hemsworth. And as you get closer, you kind of see he has like a headpiece or like something on the lanyard lights up with kind of this blue energy, and you're blocked, right? You just can't take him over. And in fact, your consciousness is just thrown back into your body. And they definitely notice it, and they give you a little bit of a tase, right? They for good measure. I guess we'll roll that up into the harm later on.
Leave her alone.
The reveal, you get first say, even though it's nothing.
Yeah, I think. Let's see. Maybe like, because I was thrown back so violently. There's a brief shot in my mind, because this is when I suddenly I'm conscious that there's someone else in this body, and when I get shot back, there's just a brief snapshot of this. Not even their face, just this person with like. No, I can't. I don't even want to say if they have what their hair color is. There's just this person getting into a limo. They wear a nice suit, but just a brief snapshot, but it's not enough. As I'm kind of jolted back into quote unquote my body. And then Psi. Ugh.
Yeah, you put a 3 in here, right? Okay. So yeah, there's a surge, and I think based on your psi powers, it might be interesting to explain how everyone in the stadium who's not protected by the lanyards gets this like briefest moment of an out of body experience, right? They just see a flash of their own body from just in front of theirs, and I guess that's fine for people who are sitting in seats or who are doing something. But there's the odd person who is driving or doing something, relatively dangerous. And there's a few accidents right in the road outside. Nothing serious. Maybe traffic is too snarled up for there to be any high speed collisions. But yeah, a lot of people notice this, and most people write it off as just one of those things, right? But not everyone gets to write it off like that. Yeah, and harm, I think, yeah, that they go a little bit overboard on the taser because they know exactly what you were trying to do, right? And I think the Hemsworth you targeted gives you, I mean, he turns it up to, full Auroch cattle setting, all the way up to 11, and keeps it in on you for, well past the usual safety regulations for cattle, never mind humans. And I think when Bill says to leave her alone, he just looks at you like he's going to give you a taste of that shock as well.
I have one question though.
Yeah.
When we realized this power surge, I mean, I assume that they probably know something about us. If the Hemsworth brothers are protected, if we are cuffed or whatever, do we feel something at the power surge? Do we have any sort of protection that keeps our power limited and other power from the outside, outside? Do you know what I mean?
I think in terms of like the psi power, that surge really only affected December. It's tightly woven into her power. Now, maybe there's a lot of loose psychic power in the area. Maybe you could use that as an opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. What are you doing with that opportunity?
Well, I think I imagine that they know what Bill is able to do. So what they did is he has handcuffs which have the exact same kind of bluish color or lightning that the Hemsworth people have in their earpieces or whatever it was that protected them. So Bill knows that he cannot shrink at this moment. The only chance he has is to use this brief second of the immense power surge, and the only thing he knows, the only way he's getting out of this these power dampening handcuffs is if he goes to the Atomar level, goes as small as he's never gone before. So, but December is being hurt, so he's absolutely willing to do that. And once he's there, he'll figure out what to do next. Probably just stand at this level. I don't know, just beneath them and grow in size back again to just whatever. We'll see.
Okay, so I guess the goal is to stop them from hurting you, right, or to take them out.
Yes, absolutely.
So it sounds quite direct to me. Okay.
No one hurts December.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think the goal, like, kind of has to be that we move one location at least, so like escape.
Yeah, like I think once you take care of them, you just walk out the door, right? I think that's really straightforward.
Or if we, I mean, since can I go to Atomar level? Since this is one of my questions, so this covers bigger issues. Maybe what if we really do it as an escape thing, and I'm just very briefly trying to touch the two of you to get you down to the animal level as well, so we can all sneak out. Is that too much?
I guess what we could say, right, is that you're trying to get everyone really small, maybe not quite that small. And if you answer that question, then we can say that you, in fact, did get down to an atom level, right? So we can kind of leave the exactly how you're doing it question a little bit fuzzy to give ourselves room.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I think everything is still at risk for this. You know, you are being hurt is on the cards. Your psi powers getting disappeared, maybe even more literally than December.
Oh yes.
So yeah, and you're still hurt. So you're rolling 5 and keeping 5.
All right. Okay, 5. And okay, wish me luck. 1, 2, 3, submit. Oh shit. So
seems like we are stuck in the situation.
Yes.
It's pretty much the exact same roll as before, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I do not want to disappear either, so that's where my 6 goes. Disappear is 6. Okay. Then I don't want people to die. I mean, the Hemsworth people, yes, but you know, if my psi powers go totally wild, then maybe good people die as well. So no, that's where I put my 3 on psi. Harm, that is where I do put my other 3. Harm. Reveal is, well, it doesn't really matter. No 1. And the goal, well, that's a 2 left there. So it's goal 2, reveal 1, psi 3, harm 3, and disappear is a 6.
Okay, so how does yeah, I think you
out of curiosity, there is written player has first say in the goal, so feel free to tell us how we fail.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and frame that for us.
Maybe with maybe like feel free to move us a location. Maybe they are like packed us somewhere on the way so that we like kind of like keep moving fictionally. It would be fun. But it's up to you.
Yeah, so my goal was to, you know, to shrink you so that we could escape. And maybe that works for a little while, for not long enough apparently. But it works, and all of a sudden we are incredibly small. And we have to be very careful that the Hemsworth people do not step on our heads. And I'm pointing towards the back exit. We are small enough to just, you know, escape through one of the cracks in the back door of a driving vehicle. Are we in a car? Is that correctly? Where do they keep us?
I think maybe they were getting some really secure armored car, you know, a big muscly truck, you know.
Yes. And the moment when I start, you know, just trying to get through that crack, the Hemsworth people shout something like, "Okay, throw a power dampening bomb," and we hear deet deet deet, and the entire truck is filled with a bluish gas, and we feel that we start growing again. It's very painful this time. And well, next thing we know is we are handcuffed again.
And moving down the highway.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
We were so close.
Um, any memories you want to hint at, or?
No, just a very sad memory of how I sat there maybe 20 minutes ago with December talking about ice cream, knowing that this is probably not going to happen anytime soon.
Maybe the armored car is disguised as an ice cream truck, for to keep it undercover, right? As you're being dragged into it, you've got a momentary, you recognize the painting on the side of it, the symbol, and you go, oh, it's very exciting. But then it's like a very drab military vehicle on the inside. Okay, and you get hurt. I think that forcible contraction or the forcible expansion of all of your joints back to normal size, makes everything pop, and you can feel the torn tendons and ligaments in all of your joints, even like in between your ribs. It seems like every time you breathe, it hurts. You feel like you've been in a bit of a wreck.
How is it? I already had one. I was impaired before. Is that now doubly impaired?
Yeah. So when you're doubly impaired, you roll your dice as normal. You don't lose one like you do when you're impaired, but your highest result always goes on impaired.
All right.
So it's a little bit worse. A little bit worse. Okay. And I guess you do not disappear forever.
No.
Do you want? I guess, is that as simple as you're definitely still all here together, right? You are. No one gets left behind. No one gets put into the special cupboard. You're just driving on the road in this ice cream truck. Okay. Yeah, is there time for, like, what's the setup in here? Are you just sitting on the floor? Are you manacled to benches? Are you in some kind of holding cell? Do you have an opportunity to talk as you're moving down the road? What do you think, Pavel?
I think we can definitely. Well, I think we are somehow manacled, but not to the level that we cannot move, so that we can still interact with each other. I'm thinking, how can I? Yeah, I think we are still inside this car, but for some reason, it's like not moving, and I think Jack slowly comes to his senses. Like he was sedated by someone who he thought he was his friend, and then shrinked, and then grow back again, and he now starts to come in. The head is hurting, and he sees double. He's still bleeding, but yeah, I guess he still has to make his mind about escaping, and looking at that, he sits next to December. He just goes to his inside pocket. He pulls this photo, and he shows it to December and asks, "Do you remember? Do you have any memories of this event?"
She sees that, and well, she's out of tears. She's just well. There's a part of her that just wants to fuck's sake, God. She looks at the photo and she looks at you and just no. But I doubt I'd have any memories of that. That's not me. That's her. That's the one you've been around this body when I've left it Was there anyone there?
There appears to have been someone, but like the recognition appears to be very much suppressed by you controlling the body now.
That's her. That's most likely her. This isn't whoever I was. I ran away from that.
Yeah, I like take my maniacal hand, put on your shoulder, and says, I will help you find your own body so that so that we can all live our lives, or at least I will try to.
That body's probably long gone. Whatever the hell they do to runaways. No, there's no hope for me. No. There's still plenty for you and Bill and her. And Summer puts a hand on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's the least I could do. Make sure everyone here can go, can make it. Even if it costs me, well, there's nothing left of me to be cashed in.
Well, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. One thing at a time. We were at the stadium. Now we are in the car. Now that my head stopped spinning for a moment, I can like think of how we can get out from the situation. Yeah, I suppose. What can I do? We are inside the car. The car is probably locked.
You can see and hear that Bill is in pain. I imagine that this constant growing back and forth in size has left his marks in him. So he's not regularly grown back to his original size. Some parts are still smaller, and he's sitting there and just crying silently. So whatever you do, Jack knows that Bill won't be of any use in the next few minutes.
How are you doing, Bill? You seem to be in much pain.
Help me! It hurts.
Yes, I will see what I can do, and then like take off my cool jacket and then just like wrap it into a roll and just like put under your head so that you can have like a lie more gently. Here, just lie down and relax. I will think of something. At least I hope I will.
I'm just wondering, is that a good time to take a break?
Yeah, why not? It's like half middle of the session.
Yeah. So we come back on the hour.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So these rolls are definitely not doing me any favors at the moment.
Yeah, with only one out of 5 being above 4, it's kind of. But yeah, it kind of shows me that being on this last step is really dangerous in this game.
Yeah.
But still, we have so much power that we can like adjust what we want out of it. Cool. So do you want me to start doing my action?
Yeah, I think third time lucky. What's Jack's approach going to be?
Yeah. So I'm working under the assumption that we are like being transported at incognito in this ice cream truck, and that the Hemsworth are like not really standing guard in like a cordon around us. So I think we see Jack like at first he really just want to like open the door and start running, but then he like thinks of all those people that died on the stadium when he like lost control, and he just like thinks about it that he must be more careful because he isn't like in full control of it. So we see him approach. I totally imagine that there's like a tiny little window in the door that we can look what's happening outside, and we actually see that we are somewhere around this area for which we were driving, where Bill was grabbing the trees and turning us, and there was like some destruction over there. So there's some policemen or have like closed off the area, and they're like checking all the traffic, doing like normal police work, and Jack just like starts banging on the door, and he shouts, "Hey, policeman! Yes, over there, here in the ice cream truck. They are trying to kidnap us. Help! Here, ice cream truck."
Yeah. So I think.
Yeah, and my total intention is that maybe they like come, open it, and we will have an opportunity to just like jump into the car and escape. Yeah, he's like really afraid of just like going all in with his like power. Do you remember last time it didn't went so well?
Yeah, I think for it to make sense, the ice cream truck can't be going too quickly, right? So maybe it's going relatively slowly in traffic, right? So there's a chance for the police to hear you banging and shouting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think harm is at risk, and psi power obviously is not at risk either. So it's just 4 dice.
Oh my.
Losing 1 for being harmed, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow, I shrink my dice pool. Not sure if it was a good idea. Let's see.
but
3
it's
dice.
you're putting stuff on goal and reveal and disappear, right?
Yeah, so. Only this one. Oh, I'm so afraid.
Okay, that's a very reasonable roll.
Yo.
Yeah, but it means. Yeah, but I didn't really want it a reveal this time around. I really was hoping for something under 4. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how I assign them. We achieve the goal. We have memory triggered by the others have the save first, and we don't disappear.
Yeah. So, yeah. So on the goal, yeah, I think you're banging on the door and shouting, and they can't help but notice this kind of noise coming from an ice cream truck, it's very strange. Like if it was a cattle car, they might ignore it, but it's an ice cream truck and they better have a look. And you see one of them go around to the front to talk to the driver, and the other guy kind of opens the door. And that, I think, he opens the door and you're there, and he probably yells to his partner to come back or to look out or whatever. So you're definitely getting out. The memory, the others have a first say. You're going to answer the last question.
So maybe to add a little bit and maybe like give the guys a little food for thought. Like we hear the driver, whoever he is, just like speak to the policeman. Oh, but driver, but police. This is like they're like some convicts, and we are just like transporting them. We just wanted to like maintain the public cover and so on. And Jack, like, because I want to like hint at the second question, like that I can see when people lie to me, and I just like shout the policeman, "Look out! He has like a pistol under the window." And actually policeman like avoids being like shot by the driver, and they just like know it's real, and they like maybe like throw the guy out of the car on the ground, and we have some opportunity to escape.
Yeah. So the last question is, why do I know when people lie to me? So we know that you know, but why? The difficult part of the question, I think.
Let's see. Let me look at your powers again. You can move things with your thought. Does that mean like when you move things, can you feel it when you're moving them? So like say you move this box of Maltesers here. Can you feel the box of Maltesers when you're moving it?
What do you mean by feel the box? Feel its weight, or like
feel its weight and its texture, and it's empty right now. Like feel, just it's like you're holding it, but obviously you're not holding it with your hands. You're holding it with your thought. With your
It's this weird feeling, like if you are like if I were lifting it and touching it with my hand, but I'm not doing it. It's just like the feeling of like doing it.
Okay.
What do you have in mind, Leandro?
I think, I'm not sure if I think we're out of. I don't know if we have any more big reveals in us. If you do, like mine is mine is a bit simple. What about you? What do you have in mind first? Like I just talked about Maltesers, but now I really want one.
Why do I know? Well, I'm thinking the entire time. I'm thinking about where does the explanation come from? So maybe one of the Hemsworth people is forced to show forth his driving license and opens up a package, and like from that dossier, one sheet falls out, and it has something that reveals a part of Jack's backstory. So that opens up more possibilities for us to be creative here than just to,
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think I'll add one more thing, and then we'll pass it to Pablo if he likes it. That part of the backstory that's revealed is that we know that Jack was part of a supernatural part to play supernatural soccer, which probably it's not widespread. It's a bit underground, and we know that Jack was like the 205th or something like that. 205 or 205 was the last one. I think maybe all that time spent in that that supernatural soccer, it's actually a front. It's a front to safeguard and house, runaway psychics. And turns out this guy Abraham is opposed to the Hemsworths, to the Spencer Corps. They're a rogue group that's actually trying to find these psychics, people like Jack, to try and keep them safe. And part of running away and trying to all that subterfuge is just learning when people lie to them. Unless you want to add something else, either of you, or this we can throw it to Pablo if you think that's enough.
Yeah, sure. It's a nice twist.
Yeah, maybe we like see part of, we like flashback to like Jack being in like interrogation room, but he's like behind this like one-sided mirror. He's like in the observation room, and there's one of the Hemsworths talking with someone, and there is like a guy in a lab coat, just like sitting next to the Jack, and just like asking him, what does the guy in the room feel? Is he telling the truth? Is he not? And we see like Jack like connected to some machinery, and the guy actually like walks him through, try to grab his mind, like feel it as you do with throwing stuff, but like gently, and then just like try to like read it by touching it, and this kind of things. And at first it has like very problematic side effects, like the patient die a couple of times, but over time he like learns to be like very gentle and just like grabs people's mind, not only things, and just like read some very basic things from it. And maybe in the end we see the same guy in the lab coat is like giving report that they managed to use telekinesis to for lie detection, like a report.
Okay. So yeah, I think no one disappears, and you all get free. And maybe because you have the police involved, right? The Hemsworth here doesn't even have a chance to call in that he's been sidelined, right? He's caught by surprise and with no backup. So
yeah, I think that the policeman just like uncuff us and take us to some police car and just say that, oh, just wait here, the medical car it's already coming, and as he turns and walks to help cuff the Hemsworth, we just like jump in and just like drive off in the police car.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So if you're all going in the same direction, or if you're splitting up, I guess we don't need to do that unless Ika or Leandro, you want to add some detail to that.
Can I add one little detail, because Bill is kind of still injured, and probably is not in a state. And I think while we're kind of running, Bill's probably like not running as fast as he could, and he's probably really in pain. I think I kind of stopped it to them, and it's like, Bill, I can put you to sleep for a bit, if you want, if you just let me.
But who will take care of you if I'm asleep?
I think I kind of like I kind of looked at Jack Robbins like, and I'm just like, Jack's done a phenomenal job of that so far, but you need to go to sleep. If
you must promise me to wake me up when you're in danger.
I will. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna go to sleep, because December's gonna do is they're gonna kind of jump out of this body and take over you. So now you don't feel anything. She does, but she's not gonna complain about it. I think as Bill, she just kind of grimly nods to Jack and is like, you carry her. And and then we just run off for now together. I forgot where we end up.
Oh.
Okay, so as written, we should wrap up the game now because one of our runners had answered all their questions. In which case we would like set a quick kind of epilogue scene, called a crossroads scene for everyone in turn. There is an alternate rule that says we can continue running until a subsequent player answers all their questions. In which case, Jack will be kind of out of the game until the end of the game again, and then Pavel will kind of join the GMing team. So I don't know if you think this is a nice enough ending to wrap up on, or whether you want to continue and see if we can answer some more questions. What do you guys think?
I'm fine with joining the GM site and see how this will work. And yeah, we still have an hour or something to use for this game. So
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
Okay, cool.
But you nearly had a happy ending there, Jack. Oh no.
Well, Jack is
Jack.
off, right? And maybe he goes off to do something to get some help for December and Bill, but we won't see him again till the epilogue, right? He gets out. So I will just go back to the location because you escaped. So you are now one scene ahead of the chasers on the road, as it were, and yeah, I guess we're setting scenes again as before. So yeah, you've got I won't say mortally wounded Bill, but a severely wounded Bill. So what are you trying to do something to help yourself, Bill, or are you just letting December take the lead on this?
I'm not really in any position to think clearly, so she is in the lead. I follow, but I'm absolutely willing and capable to protect her at any moment should we be attacked or anything.
I think, let's see, on the road. We're kind of probably somewhere in the outskirts of the city. We need there's probably some sort of general store of some sort, maybe for just one last stop for our girls. Because I think December's feeling is that she needs to take care of Bill, just get basic medicines and whatnot. I don't think there's a convenient doctor anywhere to possess this time. But
Yeah. I guess there's likely to be some kind of store or pharmacy that you could get a basic medical kit together to at least help Bill's pain. That seems reasonable enough. Although you're you've got no money or no ID or anything like that, so it's going to be. I mean, if only you had the power to become a pharmacist for.
if only. So I think the frame of this is that maybe we're just out, not outside, but near the outskirts. I'm imagining there's a foresty area where I can stash Bill, just get him seated down. I'm back in that girl's body, and I don't have time to explain where Jack had to go. Well, I'll ask Pavel that later. So I'm just gonna I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. Just stay here. I'll even get ice cream.
Oh,
I have ice cream pie.
I like strawberry.
Okay.
Yes, I think this is a strawberry day.
Okay. If you say so, just stay quiet. And yeah, I am just gonna go to the pharmacy. Hopefully, there's not many people there. And yeah, just quickly possess the pharmacist, stash a lot of grab some medicine. It's probably not any ice cream there, and just give it to and just take it and just like. So what I'm imagining is like I'm possessing the pharmacist, collect all this stuff, kind of give it to my other body, then just jump back, something like that. Yeah.
So what you think, Pavel? I guess the goal here is to heal Bill, right?
Yeah.
And there's a psi power in use, but I don't think harm is at stake either. It seems like a relatively safe environment. I don't think there's any cougars hiding in the woods in this park in the middle of a European city, right? Who knows, though?
I think Pavel said that. Yeah, I might have pistol shotgun. I think I left that with Bill because I don't know. I don't want to be I don't want to have a gun on me.
No, but when you left, Bill specifically asked you, "You have one too, right?"
Yeah.
I don't let you go if you tell me that you don't have a gun.
No, don't worry. And she just pats her coat.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Stay safe.
Stay quiet. And yeah.
So I guess that is
5?
4 dice because you're impaired.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, that just takes up a dice in a way.
Yeah. You just roll one less die when you're normally impaired, and then you still roll it, but lose one.
Okay, that's all fairly even. Let's see.
So because you escaped, we're now back on the chase card, right? So
okay,
but they're one behind you, so
yeah. As much as I want to reveal something right now, we have some time. We have some time for some terrible rolls to show up. So come on, roll 20. I definitely want to achieve my goal, and I want to keep the chasers off for now. Yeah. So sadly, no reveals. Won't get to know much about me, and yeah, I think. Well, it's gonna be a 3 at Psi, I guess. So that's a 5 on go, 3 on reveal, 5 on chase, and 5 on Psi. 3 on Psi.
Pavel, do you want to take a run at the goal?
Yes. So you so you like possess the pharmacist, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you just like have you established? Yeah, there are probably like someone like walks into the pharmacy just as soon as you like possess the pharmacist, but you yourself is like asking him to like wait a moment, and you like grab all of those things, pack them into some kind of bag, and it's like slide back. The person just like looks like weirdly like what is going on here, but it doesn't look does it look like a robbery or anything, and you just like probably walk with the pharmacist to the back and just and then just like jump back, grab the bag, and start heading out, unless you want to add something, and of course come back to Bill.
One little detail: the medicine that you get, you can read it while you're getting out. They are produced by Spencer Pharmaceutics.
Fucking course they are.
Of course.
Yeah. I think because of that competition, I don't think I got any ice cream. I'm sorry. Actually, no. Actually, can I? Yeah, I know. I think I will because this will tie into reveal as well. I think I do. I will say I get like maybe like just one of those. Do you know the thing on the tube that you have to push out? I don't know what kind of I don't know what the specific term for that is. It's just tube pieces of ice. Yeah, that I think I got one of those, and I think because of the hurry that because there's other people there, I only got one for Bill, the strawberry one with some sort of cream or whatever. I've not had ice cream in a while. It's too cold to have ice cream here. And so, I mean, I think, I mean, as much as I'm tempted to have a look at that, I think that's. I don't have a reason for it to trigger because again, there's that complication, so I didn't get a chance to grab one for myself. Where I would have been like, "Oh, why can't I taste anything anymore?" So I might just grab one for Bill.
And the chasers don't move because you put a 5 on it. So yeah, I think if we kind of see something, outside of the scene you're in, it's maybe Spencer Core using their influence to get their unlucky Hemsworth free, and then just to try to retrace your steps, right? So they are circling again. They have no idea where you've gone. There's no sign of the police cruiser anywhere, so they need to throw a very broad net to catch you again. So that's probably why you have no idea what's going on, or they have no idea what's going on with you. The psi power, you put a 3 in there, right? So yeah, do you have any ideas on this, Pavel?
Yeah, so maybe after you like leave the pharmacy store, we see the pharmacist just like collapse to the ground, and the person who was there just like runs behind the counter and just like starts checking their pulse. They're alive, but they've seen what happened, and they just like call the police, and no, they call the news. Like there's some alien like taking over people's bodies. It must be the gray man from Mars. And obviously there's like a TV card just like stops there, people with the camera, everything recording, like broadcast is stopped, like aliens spotted in the city.
Nice. Okay. But yeah, you do get back to Bill, right? And fill him full of some medicine and bandage his wounds as best you can. So yeah, I think you can untick that second doubly impaired box now. Okay.
Yes, I will. So I'm only impaired.
Yeah, you're only impaired again.
Yeah. Great.
I think so. Well, I'm kind of like not stitching him up, but like applying him with water and painkillers and whatnot. I'm kind of like, so Jack had to go. We had to split up. So we split up the heat and whatnot. Not really sure where he went. See, I'm not really sure where I want to go. What about you, Bill? Is there anything you want to go? You want to go to?
I don't know, December. I have a bad feeling that those Spencer people are behind all of it. Shouldn't we just go where they expect us least to go, to their headquarters or something? I mean, we have nothing to lose. And I'm feeling much better after these pills. They're very good. They are. Oh, wait. It's their brand. Oh no.
Their brand, and I kind of grab the casing and like, oh no, there's a dog in the camera. Yeah.
Oh,
Look away, look away. So so yeah, I grabbed the medicine and kind of look and see in the labeling Spencer Core. There must be their address there or something. Or yeah, because when Bill mentioned the idea of just going to them, December's first instinct was like, wait, what? And but then they kind of look at Bill and it's like, if that's what he wants. But then they look down and I just realize now I have to be really careful and make sure this body doesn't die. So and I think I say that to Bill. It's like, okay, okay, Bill. If we do this, neither of us are gonna let each other die. Okay? You make sure this body stays alive. Okay?
I promise you that December.
Okay. And I'll make sure. I'll make
If
sure
only,
you know what you're looking for.
if only we had a rocket launcher. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I have a feeling that our answers lie in that headquarter building in whatever the address is. It won't be easy to get inside, but once we're there, we'll figure it out. You and I together.
Summer's thinking that their time is borrowed because she's gonna have to leave this body and wonder where she is. But she nods, like, okay. We'll figure out what you're looking for there. I'm sure. Together.
This ice cream is very delicious. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, that's where we're headed.
So, is this a drive to Spencer Core HQ? Is that kind of the goal?
Yes.
Okay.
And as Bill said, I mean he believes that, and I could imagine he's right in that. This is really the one place in the entire world where they do not expect Bill in December to actually go. So I'm not sure if the way to HQ is difficult, but HQ definitely will be a difficult place, I could imagine. So when they are, checking the area with the helicopters, they are not really checking HQ. No one would, consider us to be so mad to go there. I mean, this is a suicide mission.
What kind of memory lapse psychics do they think you are? Okay. So this seems, kind of under the radar, right? This is not really the way you've described it. You're just doing something very mundane without psychic powers. And in terms of getting there, at least it doesn't sound dangerous. I think something that could obviously turn very dangerous next time, but yeah. So yeah, it's definitely something problematic because you're still in that police car, right? So it's a little bit of a challenge, but again, that might help you down the line as well, right? At least to get through a casual inspection or whatever. What do you think, Pavel? Is that what the fiction says to you as well?
Yeah, let's move to Spencer Corp and see what they will do inside.
Okay, yeah. So, Aika, why don't you roll? I think you're rolling 3 dice for goal, reveal, and chase.
And submit. 2 could have been worse. So goal, reveal, and chase. I want to keep the chasers off, so that's where my foes. My 4 goes to goal. Still want to achieve my goal. It doesn't really work in Roll for Your Party, so chase is 5, goal is 4, and reveal is the 2, so no memory triggered. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess the like you say, the no one expects this kind of approach, right? And yeah, that the dragnet is really missing you. You know, you're in a police cruiser, and although maybe the police know it's missing, Spencer Corps don't. And they're certainly not expecting you to be coming straight at them. So, you know, the first chance they have of noticing you in a serious way is when you I don't assume too much for your next action, but you know, when you drive up to the gates or into the parking lot or something, that's when things get kind of serious. But you're there now. You're at Spencer Corps. Yeah, and the corporate colors here are, you know, gray and yellow, right? It's everything that you have come to expect. Actually, I think like the parking lot is perfect for the colors, right? It's you know, a dark asphalt gray with all the parking lines, not white as you might have expect typically, but all the kind of bright yellow color. And maybe there's some corporate logo in the car park space that that we see from a helicopter shot. Very all very on brand. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But this doesn't spark any memories with Bill. Do you want to add anything there?
Maybe he no. As soon as he sees the building, he has a feeling that he's been here before, but it's very vague, and he could be wrong. He has the feeling that there is a more or less unguarded back entrance, but maybe he's just imagining things.
Okay, and the chase. They make no progress. Pavel, do you have any color for us on this?
Yeah, so it cut back to the scene on the road where we're finally proper Hemsworth in like suits. They're like gray skin arrive and they're questioning, and one of them is like questioning the two policemen. Okay, the car license, the car plate, no,
License plate.
yeah, the car license plate. Okay, the side number. Okay, you said free convicts. That matches. If you can look into the light, and he like takes like a pen size thing. If you can can look for a moment into the light, and the light just flashes, and the policeman just like stare blindly in there, and he turns and he says, and he like touches the earpiece. HQ, the car number is this. The side number is this. Launch the drones. And he just like gets into the car and they like drive away, and the policemen are just like left standing there.
Great. These guys have gone full Men in Black on us. Okay. So yeah, I guess you're at Spencer Core, and it's up to you to, maybe there's a location inside that you want to get into. I don't know what the goal is. What do you think?
Yeah, December's following Bill's lead, definitely. It's very much what does he want to do? I'll make sure you get to do that.
Yeah, I have the feeling that there is an unguarded entrance at the back of that building, but I'm not sure. Everything is a bit, blurry. I have the feeling that I've been here before December.
Well, then let's go confirm that feeling then. Let's go around the back, find our way to, I don't know, our archives or whatever, and then maybe once we've confirmed whatever you're feeling, we'll burn this place to the ground and then just keep running.
I even have a strange feeling that someplace somewhere in this building they keep rocket launchers. If only we could find them.
That's a very strange feeling. But
It is.
Well, let's try and confirm that feeling as well. I think for this, we are gonna we're gonna try and get in through the back entrance, and just to get a lay of the land. Actually, no. Before we kind of get in, December are gonna do what December does, which is scout ahead and try and find like the first maybe security guard or someone who would have knowledge of where they keep these damn rocket launchers or answers, or at least just like a general knowledge of like the layout of the headquarters.
So, I guess is the goal to get to the archives, or to specifically find out, the secret to the story, or do you think that's the right level to aim for?
Yes, I think that's what December's going to concentrate on, not the rocket launchers. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But she doesn't say that to you. She just says, "No, I'm going to go find out stuff." Yeah. She wants to kind of find like where they keep their secrets.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the goal.
And you're using your psi powers, obviously. I don't think it's harmful. I certainly don't see anything obvious jumping out at me for that. So, 4 dice.
Okay.
You're still impaired.
Okay. All right. That's not too bad. Let's see. Oh, that's not too bad. And you know what?
Just to, so you're moving into the archives, and at that stage you'll be 3 steps ahead of the chasers.
Yeah, no, I'll give them a break. I'll let them move up by one.
Catch up.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, they were already here, right? That's
actually, yeah. Actually, no. Why am I giving them a break? They tasered me. Never mind. I just realized I can just move that 4 to the goal, and we still achieve it. So I can just move that 6 to chasers. It'd be really funny if they just never catch up to us. Actually, I changed my mind. I've stopped feeling magnanimous.
Are you sure you don't want to answer one question by yourself?
Because
that's what you need 6 for.
Yeah, I like that. I think we've all agreed that the 2 is going to go to Psi. Actually, I'm going to move the 2 to Psi, and yes, I will give them a chance to catch up. Because then again, I like it when people. I mean, I've been in a position having to squirm to find out an answer. But does technically Pavel count as a player anymore? Actually, no. I will answer that. Yeah, I'll answer that myself, if that's okay. And I'll give the chasers a chance. 4 for goal. And yeah, good luck figuring out how psi powers cause trouble when it's just looking into someone's mind. At least that's not my problem. So yeah, it's a 4 on goal, a 6 on reveal, 4 on chase, and a 2 on psi.
yeah, I think inside the facility, you see these kind of pristine white corridors with you know with room numbers, and there's like very little there's plate glass kind of viewing slots on each of them, and you can you can't really look too much in. They all seem to be in the dark. And then you come to like a wing where the archives are stored, and like the first door on your left is 1/205. And then the second one on your left is 3/. So it's like odds and evens on either side of the corridor, all the way down this gigantic section of the place. If only you knew what your number was. Yeah, so I guess you've got. It seems to be like each of these rooms is like a server room for the archives of one subject. So each of them is like really well air conditioned, like a huge bank of computers processing material. It's all very mysterious, but this is definitely where they keep the archives. Do you want to add anything to that, Pavel?
Nope. I think that's fine, unless the guys want to add something.
No, it should be, that's fine. Jesus Christ, yeah. 205 doors to try. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, runner's memory that answers one of your questions. I think, yeah, in the montage of all this happening, I think once I kind of discovered that place, as I scouted ahead and looked around, I think this takes a while, and because it's taking a while, I think Bill sees this, the body left behind. It's doing that blinking again, that quiet asking, "Where am I? Who am I? Where am I?" All that. This is probably longer than she probably left someone besides that time at the doctor's office. But Bill probably knows. Well, Bill probably doesn't notice it, but the audience or the camera notices that it's getting faster. Whoever this person is, they're getting faster to waking up. And so like when December comes back to that body, and it is kind of like back in last week's session where it's just like, where am I? Who am I? And then funk, she's back, and she looks at you, Bill. It's like, all right, I know what to. She gets hit by like this really strong memory of this girl walking in this park in the snow, on her phone with her dad, and she's saying like, look, I know Jack hasn't said what he does for a living, but I'm sure you'll like him once you meet him. Like I know he's got a cool mohawk, but I actually, don't hold that against him. That's actually points in his favor. Okay, Dad, I know you're busy talking to whoever it is in the UN and being like super important over there, and I think that memory kind of cuts off, and then it melts back to December's memory of waking up in those eyes and like seeing the kind of the picture on the phone is this old Filipino man, graying hair, very important looking, and yeah, and it doesn't say Ambassador Haynes obviously because that's her dad, but yeah.
Okay, cool, nice. The chasers, you're giving them no break. Yeah, I think if I'm going to make any kind of suggestion fictionally, it's that they're sending out even more Hemsworths to search for you back in the city. So.
Oh no, I did give them a break. I put the
Oh,
4.
you gave them a 4? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So maybe they're mustering some guys, but they are inevitably in the neighborhood, right? They are. Maybe they found the trail of the police car, and they're like not near the HQ, but they're heading in the right direction finally. Poor guys. Okay. And the psi powers.
They go all crazy. It's a 2.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you want to do a riff on what I did the last time? December's powers went a bit haywire. That people start to lose, have an out of body experience, or what?
Yeah, I think I like movie tropes, and my taste is like quite rough in the end, especially that people die. So I'm going to say this: we see you like letting Bill into the building, and you are in this corridor by all of the archives, and suddenly we hear like a woman's voice through the speakers. And for some reason, you know that this is this building AI. And it says, "Welcome back, December. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to use to use the personnel of this building. All of them will need to die." And we like start like gas being released, and the camera shots to like receptionist choking, and some other guard like being like shot through some like defensive turrets. And yeah, and now it's like the AI kind of like finishes off the human beings in this building.
Well, that's a high body count. What? I guess all of those mysterious nacelles in the rooftop that people assumed were just security cameras turn out to be, gas emitters or stun guns or something like this. Something much more insidious and dangerous than security cameras.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think when Bill, this is just to add some flavor, no joke intended. When Bill enters the building, the first thing he notices is that at every corner, instead of like a water fountain, there's like an ice cream fountain, and it's like you can have any flavor so long as it's strawberry.
Oh, fantastic! Look, it's like this building is made for me. It's like it's like odd. Ollie, it's like someone knows that I like ice cream, strawberry, a lot of it. How bizarre.
Bill, there's a lot of dead people around here right now.
Yeah, what have you exactly done? You were gone a very long time, December. I was starting to get worried.
It doesn't matter. I found their archives. I found where they keep who we are.
Oh, great! Let's go there.
Everyone's dead inside.
Yeah, oddly, Bill doesn't seem to care a lot about dead bodies. So
Fair enough. They work for it. No. Okay. Okay. I think this is gonna be like December just grabbing Bill's hand and just dragging him towards the archives, just being like, don't look at the ice creams. Don't look at the. There's a. I don't think she mentions the AI. She's just like, oh, let's just get here and find what you need. And I think, yeah, I lead you towards the room with all the numbers and.
yeah. So what's our number, December?
Well, if we were. No, in fiction, Jack never mentioned his number to anyone. Probably because he didn't know until the stadium.
It's up to you. He could have said something about this. Why not?
Yeah. Maybe before you parted.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So I think December's like, okay, if Jack was 205 and we were with Jack, we must be close to the bottom, to the far end.
Yeah. So if we go down the floor and we reach the end, and there are only like a couple of doors to the left and to the right, maybe I noticed that one of those doors is like specially sealed, like sealed so much that even a very, very, very small person could not just creep under the door into the room, like that kind of seal.
I'm sure they're all hermetically sealed, for cleanliness. But maybe this one is extra vacuum packed.
Yeah. So, hey, December, do you think that's a door that is made to keep me out?
It looks like it. Why don't you give it a go then?
I think this is one. This is like, this door requires me to go like really, really small. Not like pocket size small, but like very, very small. Like an atom.
Have you ever shrunken that small before?
No. The smallest I got was much, much bigger than an atom, and this was really scary.
Well, we don't have much time. Anything you might want to know could be behind that door. But if you don't think you can do it, that's fine as well. We can just keep running. We don't. If you don't want to go, I don't want you to have to do anything you don't want to do.
No,
Yeah.
I think I want to do this. I want to know who I am. I want to know why I like ice cream and rocket launchers and you, why I like all that so much. Okay, maybe I'm not going to survive this, but so if this
Okay,
is good.
Bill,
Yes.
I'm giving you an order, Bill. You have to survive this. Okay?
Okay, I try my best. I do it for you. Okay.
So
I count to 5, and then I go so small that I can, just get to the other side of the room. Wish me luck. That is what he's trying to do. So get into that room.
four dice. I don't think
Or-
arm is on the table unless you think it's going to be dangerous crossing the threshold or inside the room. I don't know.
No, I think the danger here is that the psi powers go wrong.
Yeah.
But not like anything aside from that. So 4 dice.
4 dice. Yeah.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 5, and 6. Ha. So I put a 5 on goal because I want to achieve my goal. So goal is 5. The chasers, well, it doesn't really matter. Well, this is really difficult. Wow. Power goes wide. People are dead. I mean, everyone in this building is dead already. So, okay, let's say power goes wild. So I put the 2 on Psi and the 6 because I want to answer one of my questions myself on reveal. 6, which leaves Chase. No harm. Chase. No, wait. What did I miss something?
You put 5 on goal and 6 on reveal.
Yeah,
so you're putting the 1 and the 2 on Psi and Chase.
Chase, exactly. Yes.
So they're catching up. I guess you are inside the room. I'll put you are. That's your goal. So Bill is in. You want to give yourself a number?
Yes, I'm room. I'm 200. I'm in that room.
Yeah. So the goal. Do you want to describe this, Pavel?
I don't think I'm sure on what the goal is to get inside the room. Yes.
Yes, that was the main goal, to get inside that room.
Yeah. So, or do you want to like find out something specific, or just like get, or just like get inside?
Yeah, I mean, since Bill has no idea, what he's looking for, so he's not asking a specific question.
Yeah. So, so it's a very weird experience when you go so small, because as you do, you lose like perspective on almost anything else, and it feels like it takes you ages to like hours to walk this distance from you were just next to the door to go through it. And it's a weird experience. You see this like huge, immensely huge monsters floating around, and you have to like try to avoid them. And those monsters are this like, I have no idea, but there's like very tiny bugs that live almost everywhere, and they are called
dust mites.
Yeah. But for you, those are like dinosaur-sized monsters that are trying to eat you, and you have to like escape them. But you finally manage to get inside the room after this like dire escape from this like dust monsters, and yeah, what do you find inside?
That would be the 6 reveal, right?
That's a memory. Goal and reveal can be 2 different things, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'd say what he finds in there is, again, a large room, maybe 50 square meters or so, but in the very middle, a desk, and on that desk, a sort of diary. And he goes to the diary, handwritten, the handwriting strangely familiar to him. And he looks at the cover. It says Diary of William Spencer. And he starts reading, and after a couple of moments, he realizes it seems to be his diary. He's been writing all that. And what he's finding there is that he is the son of the first Spencer who built this company. And after 199 more or less successful or successless experiments, they have perfected their way of injecting people with powers so that they can cure him because he's suffering from a specific disease, and this is the only way to treat him. And the last entry says it seems successful. All vital signs are going back to normal. It seems to have some side effects, though. People, I think I start losing a couple of memories, or I get some things wrong. I am pretty sure, and the handwriting gets shakier. I'm pretty sure that I have a twin brother, but my father keeps telling me I never had one. But I'm so sure of all those memories with him in the football stadium. Am I to believe my father or my memories? I remember that Sunday when he was sitting on seat H312B and we were enjoying the match, and he got up and never came back. Is my father behind all this? I need answers. I need to go out there. And this is the last entry.
Nice. The the chasers are catching up, right? They move 2 spaces forward. They are archive section of the building now, and I think they're calling for backup. They see all the dead bodies and they know that the AI has been armed. I'm not sure if they have any defenses or whether they're just kind of panicking. They certainly don't seem to have any real reservations about entering the compound, even though if they know what's happened. So yeah, it'll December, I guess, sees them come down the corridor towards her, and there's obviously no way that she can get into the sealed room with Bill. What's the Psi outcome there? Out of control, wild.
I'm not sure if I understand that comma correctly. Power goes wild, colon. People are dead, comma, things destroyed. Does that mean people are dead and things get destroyed, or is it an either or?
Well, I think we can do either or both if it makes sense, you know. I was thinking something maybe that your miniaturization has knock-on effects, and kind of the structure of the building starts to slide apart, right? The electronic bonds between all of the atoms start to disassemble, and just the building is slowly disintegrating around you. That's pretty wild, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm sure the AI wouldn't be happy about that, but that's a problem for another day. What does December do, I wonder, with this?
The building is kind of disintegrating around us, and I can't
imagine. I think more specifically, you've got some Hemsworths.
Yeah.
In your location.
Are there dead people on this corridor?
Yeah. I think there's a few lab technicians, maybe, but
they're dead.
I guess this place was relatively empty. But yeah, there's got to be some people looking after servers in a facility like this.
Okay. Feel free to veto me if this is a bit crazy, but so December sees all these hamsters going, and she's got nothing on her, and she knows they're protected. She can't really possess them. Do you remember like when you described when her powers went haywire back in the stadium, and like everyone kind of felt her kind of reaching out to them all, and their bodies lifting out their spirits lifting out their bodies for a moment. I think December remembers that feeling. Inside, it's like, look, if Bill can try and do something ridiculous like shrink to the size of an atom, she can try doing something probably just as ridiculous and try to replicate that feeling in the stadium of like reaching out to a lot of different bodies all at once, but this time do it consciously. So what she's gonna try to do is she's gonna try and kind of split herself up and control only the bodies in the corridor. Try and reanimate them with her consciousness and use them against the Hemsworths.
Zombie lab technicians, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think everything is on the line here. I think there's Harm and Psi involved. I think the Hemsworths are forewarned is forearmed is their maxim. They're maybe they're not even worrying about the tasers anymore. I think they've had a taste of your medicine already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess it's rolling 5 dice, keeping 5 dice. And at risk is not the chase anymore, it is capture.
Sure. So 5 dice. Oh, God. Please be good. There's 5 of you. Okay, all right, that's good. All right. Well, if I... Okay. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, this is simple. 5 for goal, 6 for reveal, and 4 for capture. For sure. And because I think we're just about to end it, so 4 for capture, so nobody gets okay, and 3 for Psi, this makes sense, and 3 for harm. Okay, 5 goal, 6 reveal, 3 Psi, 3 harm, and 4 capture. Oh, thank Christ, that worked out.
It seems like a very strange question to end on. Why can't I taste anything? But yeah. Pavel, do you wanna wrap up this goal with some awesome zombie technicians kicking Hemsworth ass?
I'm kind of actually yes, I will, of course, thank you. But I'm more interested in what comes next. So we see they like come in with their like fancy high-tech bow. Another one has some like weird pistols from his like suit, and they just like surround you and tell you, December, just lay down your arms. Everything gonna be okay. We're gonna take you back. You're gonna get back on the pills, and you're gonna relax. And we see you're out of it, and we see like the body just behind him like starts to animate, and it like comes to him and like slaps him, and then something similar happened to the guy next to on your other side. And while they are busy, you have enough time to just like burst into the nearest room that seems sensible for you. We don't see even the number on the door, but as you like burst into the door, we see that there's a table with a fancy medical equipment, and there's a body lying on a table. And that's where I'm going to end my part.
All right. So the reason why December can't taste anything, it's just a quirk of her powers. Like everything kind of carries over except for taste buds for some reason. That's just like it's just an anomaly, and for some reason, yeah, they just don't carry over. But she sees this body, and I'm imagining this woman here is kind of around the same age. Actually, no, much younger, I'd say. Well, not younger, but like early 20s. December's body is late 20s. This one will be in her early 20s. And she looks a bit like she looks no, I'd say she's it's ridiculous. She looks like a librarian, as I say. She looks small, nerdy, bit mousy, but someone who looks like weathered as well. It's kind of tired. Their hair is messy and long. No one's bothered to cut it, and she looks empty because that's what she is. And December sees this, and as the building around him is disintegrating, and her immediate thought process is to just jump in and take it, but you gotta think body that's been lying there for probably like God knows how long. Actually, you know what? It probably hasn't even that long. So what's gonna happen is December wakes up, and in her in a body that feels right, feels like some body that she's always had, and just even though she's just covered in so much like medical equipment over her, then she has to keep moving. But thankfully the building's still disintegrating. The Hemsworths are busy as kind of like the building collapses around them. December managed just with all hands of strength, just get up and see the body that she left. It's kind of frozen there. For the first time, they just lock eyes. This is the first time I think December's ever looked at this one. This woman is crying now. And I think she's not frozen because we mentioned this time she's been working out easier. And she's looking at December in fear. And December's like, I know where Jack is. Let's go. And yeah, I think the two of them holding hands, they just run out of the room, and they hopefully find Bill as the building collapses, and just like, we need to go.
Yeah, the room that Bill entered is one of those rooms that once you're inside, it's easy to leave the room. There's just a button that opens the door, so you can easily walk out, I'd say, if that's okay with the two GMs.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we can cut that final scene there. I don't think we really care about the psionic or the harm spillover, and no one gets captured. So let's go to the crossroads, which is like the epilogue for everyone's character. So there's 7 types of crossroads scenes. Each of them will be unique. So like once one is picked, it's off the table. They are listed on your character keeper, then bottom left. But I'll read them out. You are no longer running because you are home, trapped, hidden, on a quest, lost, turning the tables, or making a discovery. So it goes in order of who has answered first, and then who has the most questions answered. So Pavel will pick first, and Leandro and Micah. And then after everyone is picked, everyone will do their epilogue scene just to explain, what that means. I guess technically I get to choose what order they go in based on what people pick. but I guess it might make most sense to do it in a particular order, but I guess we'll wait and see. So Pavel, what are you picking for?
So you want me to, so you want me to only pick one, or just already make a scene with it?
So you pick it first, and then we go on to the next player, and then we go back around for everyone's scene.
Okay. Jack is no longer running because he's on a quest.
Okay. Leandro.
December is no longer running because she's. Ooh. She's. Oh, it's the tricky part is like I'm leaving Ica less to choose from. No, I think she is turning the tables.
Then Bill is no longer running because he is home.
Okay. I think we should start with Bill's scene. So it's just I guess I'll read this out. This is a place to wrap up the story of this runner at this time. No dice will be rolled, so keep your chosen ending clearly in mind and play to that. It can be solo. You can bring in another character if you want, or whatever you feel is appropriate. But yeah.
Well, it's the Spencer mansion, and we see Bill in a white tie suit sitting there, glass of brandy in his hand, looking out of the window when the butler arrives and says, "Okay, it's time for Christmas dinner is being served." And Bill goes back to the dining room where his family sits, his father, the old Mr. Spencer, and everyone else. And they're sitting there and having a lovely dinner. And his mother frequently says, I'm so happy, Bill, that William, that you're back, that you came back, and we're so happy to have you with us again, and you're healthy, and it's like the best Christmas present ever that your health has returned. And after a couple of hours and a few glasses, Bill gets up, goes up to his room, and he sits down at his desk, starts writing, starts thinking, and while he's thinking, he starts writing a few numbers on a sheet of piece of paper, and it says H312B. Where is my brother? I know he's there somewhere. And then we have a cut, and the next thing is that he opens the door to the dining room again and says, "Father, we need to talk. I need answers now." And he closes the door behind him, and this is where we cut.
Okay. I think I want to hear about December turning the tables.
So, Spencer Core is a big company. It's a lot of like outlets, headquarters in different cities. Usually it's like near fairly public spaces. Every now and then, there's a park nearby there, even just like a bench or a library. Every now and then, there's this woman sitting in those public spaces. She looks fairly thin. She looks like she's lost quite a bit of weight, but otherwise she's clean. Her hair is cut short. It's all just slick backed. But whenever she shows this public spaces, she just Usually she's just taking a nap. Like, she pops by this woman and just apologizes, like, I'm sorry, I'm using your library. I just need to take a nap. That's okay. I've had a long day at work. And so this woman just sits in the corner somewhere, just reads, and maybe checks up on some people she's let go. But then she takes a nap. Usually those naps depends, a couple minutes, half hour or two. Meanwhile, while that nap is happening over at whatever place Spencer Core has nearby, usually chaos is happening. And it usually depends. Sometimes it's subtle, like someone just unplugs an AI someplace and just shuts this place down. Others, it's a bit more chaotic. Other times, it's completely unsubtle. Sometimes it's a bit more subtle, like police getting wind of, illegal activities, some drugs being planted some places. And whenever people notice this woman, usually when the time she's just about to wake up, there's just this nice content smile on her. And I don't think December ever finds her family. I think they had other gifts. People were that attracted other interests. But there's no better reason to take down a corporation that's tried to ruin their lives than, that they try to ruin their lives. So it's a bit of quid pro quo.
Okay. Pavel, let's hear about Jack on his quest.
On a quest. Yeah, I think we see a scene with some Eiffel Tower in the background, and we see Jack and December, but her real name is Sophia, and Sophia is slowly getting better at controlling her own body. However, Jack still has to help her and care for her. But then we see another young man approach Jack and say, "Jack, we found another kid displaying some unusual abilities." And Jack says, "Well, let's go to him. The more we can hide from them, the more people will be safe. And maybe when we build enough numbers, we can stand up to them." And then they leave, and we see them after some time. We see Jack and Sophia bringing this young man confused about his power, he's 18 or something, and he has maybe he can maybe he shocks things with his touch. So we bring him in with this electroshock glasses so that he doesn't shock anyone. And there are some more people training, but everything is in hiding. This isn't some very fancy place. It's some slums, some tunnels. We are on the height, and the general consensus is that because he was betrayed by the Abraham, he moved here, but he is trying to do the same, build some safe place for people with powers to train and to keep them hidden from the Spencer Corp. Or I'm not sure. Yeah, I kind of got confused with the Spencer Corp and the Hemsworth, but he tries to keep them hidden, basically.
Okay. I think we can wrap that up there. We're exactly on time. I'll stop the broadcast and we can stick around for a chat afterwards. Okay, thank you.